Today, I, the TheDuelLogs, Yu-Gi-Oh! Only content creator, will be looking over Digimon cards to see if they're good or not. And with me today, I have TheEgman, who is a content creator for Digimon and Dragon Ball Z. So, first up, we have Tamer Nokia Shiromine. She is a Tamer card. Tamer cards, from what I remember from the tutorial, are cards that stay in the field like continuous spells. They're just there forever unless they say so, right?
Yes, they have. There's very little interaction.
Okay, so you pay 3 memory. That seems kind of expensive. On play, you may play 1 Agumon or Gabumon from your hand without paying its memory cost. Oh, that's why. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It immediately just pays for itself if they cost 3. Is it like, just like the base version, not like the evolved versions? Yeah.
Correct.
Main, when digivolving one of your Digimon into a Digimon card in your hand, with a Garurumon or Omnimon or Greymon other than Doru Greymon, Burning Greymon, or Text Doru Greymon.
There's a lot of translation errors where the official English name just added Greymons into things. The same vein, but
yeah, they did that a lot in early Yu-Gi-Oh! Too.
Yes.
You may suspend this trainer to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 1. Wait, you can suspend Tamer cards?
Yes. Yep. And they unsuspend at the beginning of your turn, just like everything else. Kind of like a magic kind of thing, where at the start you untap everything.
Yeah. So suspend, for people who aren't familiar with this game, is like setting it sideways, like you would in Magic for tapping a card. Okay, and then it's a security cost card. Play this card without paying its memory cost. Okay, so if this card is attacked from the security stack, it just gets played on the field. That's good. That's a free card.
I think every Tamer has that as their security effect.
Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, so that seems like a decent security effect. The on-play effect immediately pays for itself. And then it just allows you to digivolve for 1 less memory. This card seems good. Like, everything about this, from my limited knowledge on Digimon, all about this, I would think paying less cost for your Digimon is just great.
Right,
and getting it for free is good too. And then immediately it trades 1 for 1 on your turn. Yeah, I'm gonna go. This is probably an excellent A card. Probably not A plus, but A tier. What's the consensus?
I would say this is a B card. This is good. I think the only thing that's holding back is that we don't have a lot of like, we do obviously have Agumon and Gabumon archetypes, but there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing super fantastically broken with the cards. They're just good. And they're kind of fan favorites.
Someone in chat said it was good in the form it was released.
Yes. I would say, this is an above average card. It's not broken, but people play it for sure.
All right, let's go on to the next card. Next one is a Digi Egg. So the Digi Egg, I didn't know any of them had effects. So
yes, all of them do have an inheritable effect. And
not the ones in the tutorial.
Okay, maybe not the ones in the tutorial.
But these ones too. Okay, so it has an effect. A lot of Digimon have like effects that they give the Digimon that evolve on top of them, called what are they? Inherited effects.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and those are cool. It's like when Xyz materials give effects to the card that's on top of it. You know, like all of the Zodiacs.
Yeah.
That's how like pretty much all of the Digimon work. So its inherited effect is, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 1000 DP or less. DP is their attack, and I remember 1000 is like the lowest value you can have besides 0, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's like 100 in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, so that seems good. Like any kind of destruction effect, even if there are conditions where it seems kind of hard to activate, there's probably cards in the game that let you lower your opponent's attacks values lower. Wait, isn't it if your attack power is lowered below 1000, it's destroyed?
Yes, if you have 0 or less DP, it's destroyed.
For Poromon, that effect seems a little bit hard to activate. I'm going to say, since you just get it from attacking, it's free anyway. This is probably an okay card. Okay, I'll just say like middle of the pack.
Okay, this is probably one of the worst Digi Eggs that exists.
What? It destroys. How is that bad?
So, one, you don't know a lot of I guess the range of how good some of these inheritables are for some of these Digimon. So I would say specifically for this one, it's very difficult to get something to 1k DP, and very few things have it. Also, as a color, red doesn't really have a lot of ways to reduce DP by things. Most red things says, oh, delete something with X or lower.
Really? Well, I mean, yeah, since monsters are deleted if they go to 0 attack, I guess it would make sense it doesn't combo super well.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, there's still probably some just like good 1,000 attack monsters and you just destroy them, no problem. Okay, next up we have Argomon. It's a big old plant monster.
Yes.
It costs 8 memory. That's expensive, so you digivolve this for only 3 memory.
Correct.
And it is a level 5 monster. So you special summon it on a level 4. Distortion -3. When one of your Digimon digivolves into this card from your hand, you may suspend one of your Digimon to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 3. Oh, so you can come out for free.
Yes.
If I'm reading that correctly. But you have to suspend one of your Digimon, of course, so they can't attack that turn.
Correct. Additionally, you can suspend the Digimon you're digivolving to.
Yeah, so you can suspend your own Digimon and then just put this out for free. Yeah, that's true. You get to draw a card after that. You get to draw a card for a free Digivolution into a level 5 monster, which I think would be good for climbing. And then when attacking, this is its inherited effect, you may play one level 3 green Digimon card from your hand, suspend without paying its memory cost. Wait, what? You may play one level 3 green Digimon card from your hand, suspended, oh, I forgot the ED part, without paying its memory cost. So it attacks, you get to special summon monsters from your hand?
Correct.
Whoa. And a 6,000 attack. I remember that from the tutorials as not being super impressive.
No.
However, what I'm thinking this card is used for is like link climbing or Digimon Digivolution climbing.
Yeah.
So what you would do is probably digivolve this for free with its effect, by suspending it, and then you digivolve on top of it, and then you gain a really good effect to bring out monsters from your hand. I'm going to say this card's good. Like A tier. Excellent card.
So this was the first card limited in the entire game. So you can only run one of this guy. So the reason why it's so good is that green as a color has a lot of effects that are dependent on having a level 5 or higher green Digimon out. So if you have a level 4 out already, for 0 memory, you get this level 5 out. It also means you can turbo into your level 6s, which once again does have some very, very good effect. And then,
all the good effects were on the really high Digimon.
Yeah, and then I kind of said already, being able to play cards for free in this game is broken because every card on the board can represent 1 damage.
Yeah, and you get free cards. That's even better in Digimon.
Yes. Yeah, and normally that means it's like, you play a level 3 for free. It's suspended, sure. But then you can digivolve with a level 4, get some more card draw, get some more cycle. Green is probably the digivolvation, the heaviest one. So there is another level 5 that is essentially this card that you can run 4 of. It's only Digisorption 3. That's it. It's this card without the inheritable, and you can run that at 4. So it replaces it, and then you run one of this guy as well. But yeah, just getting to your level 5 for free, even if you have to suspend itself to get there, is very good.
Yeah, this seems really good. Next on, we have Black War Greymon. I think there's 2 Black War Greymons in here, but they both have different effects.
Okay.
And I'm a huge fan of War Greymon. He was always my favorite. So, this one costs 13 memory, so he's never coming out with that cost, because I think the maximum memory you can even play is 20, right?
20 is the max, yeah. And that is specifically if your opponent sets you to 10. You can't put more than 10 on your opponent's side.
Yeah, so this seems very hard to bring out normally. So obviously you would digivolve it for 4, which is much more reasonable.
Wait. Read its description first.
While your opponent has a Digimon with 10,000 DP or more in play, reduce the memory cost to play this card from your hand by 6. Wait, does that count for both of them?
No, only the play. So digivolving and playing are 2 different actions.
Okay, yeah, they do have 2 different text on. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so you can come down for 6 more, so that's 7.
Yeah.
That's still expensive. If you attack your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP, unsuspend. So it can attack twice? No, it can attack... That's not once per turn.
Yeah, there's no hard one. There are once per turns, but there's no once per turn on this one.
He has 12,000 attack. And he comes out if they have 10,000 or more. Comes out for 7. You bring this card out. 7 memory seems like you're probably going to end your turn pretty soon. Okay, so it can only attack everything if all of them are already suspended.
Correct.
All right. So the monsters who just came out, Digimon, who just came out the last turn and haven't attacked yet are safe. Correct?
Yes. Correct.
Okay,
yes.
that's good context to have for this. So,
Yes, yeah.
7 memory, attack all your opponent's Digimon, only the ones that have already suspended. Then they don't come out and play suspended, they come out just not being able to attack. This one's tough. I want to say it's really good, but also it could equally just be terrible depending on how the game plays. So, I'm going to go on a limb and say this card is probably really good because it destroys everything, and it has 7 cost. As long as you just play memory cards, get it out for cheaper or whatever. It's 12,000 attack. That's super high. This is probably a good card. What's the consensus?
So real quick, I don't know if you know this either, but if you look on the bottom right, it'll show the rarity of the card. So this is a secret rare, which is the highest rarity of the game, right next to the number SEC. So you'll see that. Which means that this is the worst secret rare in the game.
What? It's bad.
It is terrible. It is very, very not good. Especially for secret rare. For secret rare, it's not good. So,
well, I guess that's not too surprising because I did say it could go either way.
Yes, I will say with the combination of the art, the rarity, and kind of the effect, I think it sees both ways. But the reason it's so bad is, even best case, paying this for 7 is absurdly high cost for it.
Yeah.
You're going to have a hard time not passing it your turn. Even if you do keep it your turn with the 7 cost, you still can't swing until the next turn because of it has summoning sickness.
Oh, right? I forgot about summoning sickness. Yeah. I assumed you could attack with it immediately. The fact that you can't really puts in perspective how bad it is. Okay, next up. This one was sent in almost as much as Rika. I think that's what her name was.
Nokia, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nokia. So this one was sent in a lot. I don't understand why. It's probably really good. So pay 3 cost. That's how much Nokia cost. Your turn. When one of your blue Digimon attacks, you may suspend this tamer to give the Digimon plus 1,000 attack for the turn. That doesn't sound very good. On play, reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with a V in its name among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards in the bottom of your deck in any order. Security cost, play this card without paying its memory cost. So... without even knowing what V is, I'm going to say this card is probably pack filler, not very good.
So it is definitely on the bad side of the spectrum. Mostly how searching works in this game is you just look X top cards. We don't. Next
up, we have another Digi Egg. On deletion, trigger draw 1 card from your deck, then trash 1 card in your hand. So if the Digimon it's underneath gets destroyed, does this also proc if it's like detached? Because I saw some effects that detach cards underneath themselves activate effects. Does that trigger this?
It does not. Nope.
Okay, so only when the full Digimon on top is destroyed.
Yeah.
You get to draw a card and then trash 1 card in your hand. So you don't even go +1, you just draw and then minus. And you draw a card every time you Digivolve, so you're drawing cards pretty regularly. Normally, I would say, wow, this effect is excellent, because drawing and then discarding in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really good, but you draw so much more in Digimon than any of the card games I've seen so far, besides maybe Pokemon, that I'm going to say this effect is probably not very good.
All right, final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
All right, this is probably the best generic purple Digi-Egg.
Oh my god. Next one. So we have angelmon. Pay cost 7. As we've established earlier, that's terrible, so you Digivolve this.
Yes.
When Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gains security attack -2. The Digimon checks 2 fewer security cards until the end of your opponent's next turn. Because this one has a 1 attacking effect. Let's look at its inherited effect, because this looks like a climbing tool because it's only level... Well, it's like a almost max level climbing tool, right? Isn't like the max level 6?
7's the max, but 6 is where most opt.
Yeah, so this one's kind of a high level card.
Yes.
So, when attacking, if you have 3 or few security cards, you may play 1 yellow level 3 Digimon card from your hand without paying its memory cost. That's a good effect. However, I think this is a little bit too high of a level and a little bit too stringent of a cost when compared to like the green guy from earlier who could do this easier while lower level. I'm going to say this card is probably good if you're able to get it out really easily and cheaply. because this seems a little bit not easy to combo with as is without any support. Otherwise, if those kinds of supports don't exist, I'm going to say this is probably a mediocre card. So I'm going to go with that.
So this is a card that I don't campaign for cards to get banned or limited very often, but I wanted this card to be limited one for a while.
What?
It was fantastic for what it is.
Next one, we have Metal Garurumon. So he's 11 cost, so that's hella expensive.
Yeah.
3 for a Digivolve. That seems, is that low? That seems kind of low for like a level 6.
It is for level 6s. It's normally 3s or 4s. 3s are for ones. 3s are usually the best because once again, you can usually start your turn at 3 memory pretty easily, which means you can Digivolve with this and swing with it on the same turn.
Oh, okay.
Your turn.
So when Digivolving, if a Digimon card with Garurumon in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, return one of your opponent's Digimon with an on-deletion effect to the bottom of its owner's deck. Trash all the devolution cards on that Digimon. So when it comes out, and it has Garurumon underneath it, so I'd assume you'd play this with Garurumon.
Correct.
Return one of your opponent's Digimons with on-deletion. So that would be like I don't know how common on-deletion is, but it seems like conditional spinning, but only when it comes out, and it doesn't do anything else. But you did say Digimon who have effects when they're Digivolved have better effects than normal.
Normally, yes.
Okay, let's go into its its inherited effect. Wow, you would Digivolve this one more time. When attacking once per turn, gain 1 memory. Well, that seems good. Oh, they do have once per turn. It's a flavor text.
They do exist.
Okay, I'm gonna say this card is probably good. That seems like a good effect. I'm just gonna go with it's good. Probably not S tier, but I think this is good.
Probably the best thing about this card is that it's called Metal Garurumon. Everything else about it is a little bit too specific for it.
Okay, so next one. Ooh, a 0-cost option. Ooh, so the effect is probably pretty mediocre, but it's probably good because it costs nothing to play. So, main, the next time one of your Digimon Digivolves from level 6 to level 7 this turn, reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 6. At the end of the turn, return to the Digimon that Digivolved this effect to the bottom of its owner's deck. Trash all the Digivolution cards on that Digimon. So you get to cheat out a level 7, but it goes to the bottom of your deck afterwards. So, 0 cost, a free level 7. It returns into your deck afterwards. The level 7 seem to all have banger effects. This is probably the ban card, right? This seems really good.
That is the ban card, yeah. I thought I didn't see that when we went through it. So yeah, this is
no, I didn't remember its name.
Yes, yeah. So this is what the win rate 60% is essentially replacing. The reason this card's broken is there's ways to loop this card, which we have some other cards kind of talking that we'll talk about when you see them. But essentially, we can loop it. So level 0, or it's a 0-cost option card, which is great. You can play it as many times as you want, and it's just very, very, very good.
Okay, so that's the end of this video. In the actual stream, I go over about 30 cards. So if you want to see more of that, just click on the video, which will be on screen. Also, if you want to suggest other card games or submit cards when I do pick one, make sure to follow my Twitter. Link will be down in the video description, along with my new Twitch channel, which will have other streams similar to this.